So welcome to the lantern tutorial. So I'm going to show you how to make the lamppost, which has a lantern on the top that you can either make just the lantern itself or the whole entire lamppost. So I'll start by showing you how to make the lantern. So you'll need a book, paperback book of 200 pages. This depends on the paper in the book. This is quite a thick one, so 200 pages will be absolutely fine for this one. So there's more than 200 pages in this book, but I'll just tear out what I need. So the first fold is on the first page, so I'm going to do that in the opposite direction so I don't have any pages kind of getting in my way. So I've just folded it right to the centre there, and what I'm going to do is fold a few pages in the opposite direction, pushing it right into the seam there. So what I would normally do if I was using this method is do about 10 pages and then do the next fold and then do another 10 like this, and just keep going until I'd completed the whole 200 pages. So I'll just do one more. So let's give those a push down. So now to get this angle is I want a base on my lantern. So I'll take my ruler and I want a base of about I think 5 centimetres. So I just need to find the 5 centimetre mark and draw a line there. And what I'm going to do is turn my book upside down and just draw that line throughout the whole edge of the book. And that will give me my mark for this fold here. So to get your mark for this fold here, my first one, what I did was I did it by eye. So I lined it up with my mark at the bottom, and then I just manipulated the page until I felt that the roof and the side wall looked kind of house shaped really. So that looks okay to me. It overhangs a little bit, but you can just fold that one out of the way. So then what I would do is take my pencil, and on the pages that I'd marked I would put a pencil mark like that, and then that will give me the folding point for the next lot of folds. So I'm folding from that mark I've just made to the mark I made down the bottom of the book, and just give that, put it nice and tight and give it a good crease. And then I'm just going to fold that one in and do the next one. So I'm finding that pencil mark that I made, which is here, and then I'm finding the mark at the bottom of the page, pulling the page nice and tight, and then folding. So that's one method that you can use, and that's by making the marks in the book. And so you would just continue folding like that all through the 200 pages of the book until you ended up with your lantern. So another method that you may find slightly easier is to make yourself a template. So to make a template, we've marked 5 centimetres at the bottom of our book already, which is here, and we've had a look at the angle we want our birdhouse to be, and so we've created a master template from our page. So you could then remove that page. This is my master page that I've removed, so I found my angle that I was happy with, and then I've pushed that one out of the way, and then I've just torn that page from the front of my book. So I turn that over. So this is my template, so I've transferred that onto a piece of stiff card, and so I've just drawn around it and cut it out, and that gives me a template. So all I would do with my template is I would still fold my first fold to the centre like so, doing a few of those. As I said, I normally do about 10 at a time, so I would fold 10 of these like so. And then once I have a nice little pile of those, then I'm going to pop my template in place, and I'm just going to fold that section back and over, and that's that one done. And then line that one up, and then fold this one over. And as long as each time you put your template up to the centre of your book, your pages should all, your folds should line up. And this is a quicker way of doing this fold down here, if you'd rather do it using a template. So you just again take your template and you just work your way through your book until you've finished folding all 200 pages. And once you've finished folding your 200 pages, you will end up with a lantern that should hopefully look something like this. So the base is now, I know, big enough to take my cardboard roll tube. So if I wanted to leave it as a lantern like that, I could then just cut out an aperture for my candle, and I would do this by first of all getting my candle. If I just prop that up on that book to keep it nice and flat. So I usually work 3 centimetres from the bottom and then 3 centimetres from the top. So I would first of all measure 3 centimetres, which is roughly speaking about here. So I'm just going to grab that with my fingers and mark it with a pen. So that would be the centre mark of the shelf that I'm going to pop a tea light candle on. So then you need to work out how high you want it. So I'm going to pop my candle on top of my mark, and I like to have a little bit of room. So again, this depends on the size of your book. I'm just going to put a line there, and then I'm going to see what that measures at. And that's just a little bit over 3 centimetres, which is okay. It's close enough. So I'm going to put a little black mark just there. So what I would then do is, now I've got my height, which is here, and here. So then I need to work out how far out I want to go. So again, I'm going to sit my candle on my line, and I'm going to look at it roughly, and I'm following that line across my book, and I think I'm going to make a start just there. And you can always just make a darker mark so you can see it a bit better, or put a little tiny snip mark with your scissors. So what I would then do is mark, I'd grab a few pages, and that's my height originally. So the next one I would make a bit lower, and then line that one up, and then make that one a little bit lower still, and make that one a little bit lower still, and continue until I've reached this page here, which is the last one that I marked. And then I would snip the pages out one at a time, starting from the middle one, and then gently tear it out I'm working my way down, and I would take 5 pages from one side and 5 from the other, and just then take a few at a time. You don't want to remove too many pages, but the size of the aperture will depend on what you're going to be putting in it. So I have a staggered aperture there, so I've just moved my cut down a section each time to get this kind of curtain effect, if you like, and then I've got it sitting on a flat shelf in the bottom. So you just simply decorate with ribbon, lace and anything you like. Pop a nice little battery operated tea light in there. Never put a naked flame near any book art projects, only ever put battery operated candles in them. And that's the lantern. So you can make a base and a post for the lamp post. So there's the lamp post I've made for this lantern here. And to make the lamp post, again, you will need a book of 200 pages. And the way I've done it is basically you fold your page in half, which gives you the thickness of your lantern, your lamppost base. So then all you need to do is work out at what angle and what height. So you just need to decide on how high you want this part and at what angle you want that part. My original was done again by eye. So what I've done is I need to leave enough at the top here to be able to attach my kitchen roll to. So I'm just going to measure how big that is. So that's just over 5.5 centimetres, and half of the kitchen roll tube is 2.5 centimetres. So I'm going to go probably about 3.5 centimetres. So if I just make a rough mark there. So that's where my fold is going to start. So then I have to decide how far down I want that fold to go. So again, I'm just going to kind of do it by eye and imagine in my mind a lamp post, and also remembering to get the dimensions right for the size of the project. That will be the finished size of the lamp post. So again, once you've decided on the dimensions, what you can then do is you can make yourself another little template. So obviously this isn't for this, but you just need to pop that on a piece of card, cut it out, and do exactly the same as we did with the template for the lamp post. So you would just need to continue folding your page in half. And as I said, I would do quite a few of those, probably get 10 or 20 of those, and then pop my template in and fold over just there. So hopefully that's given you an idea of how to make the lamp post and the base. So you just continue all your folds until you end up with a base like that. So to make your actual lamp post, you will need a kitchen roll and a smaller tube that is from cling film, kitchen foil, that kind of thing. So I've drawn around the smaller tube on both sides of the kitchen roll, and I've cut it out just with a craft knife. So at this point, what I would normally do is decorate both of these. This one I covered in foam. And to hide any join here, I've covered it in snow at the joins. If you're not making a Christmassy one, you could cover it with leaves, ivy, stems, that kind of thing. So you would line your centre section up, depending on how you're going to decorate it, I have some black spray paint and I'm thinking of spraying this one black, but I'll just do a trial run and see what that looks like first, in which case I would put that in the hole first and then spray paint the whole thing. So but yeah, it's up to you whether you cover it before or after you I think that piece there would be better covered before it goes through. So anyway, to attach the post to the base, as I said before, if you get yourself a piece of a strip of cardboard, this is off of a cardboard box, and basically all I'm going to do is just kind of coil it around, not too tight. Let's see if that will fit in there. That will fit in there. So I'm just going to take my hot glue gun and just pop a little bit of glue on the inside of that tube, and then I'm going to take my coiled up cardboard and pop that in there, let it go, just pop it into position, and all that does is give me more surface to glue it onto the base, because with just that cardboard edge it could just come off. So I'm just going to give that a second to just glue completely, and then I'll take my base, take my glue gun, and I'm just going to pop some hot glue all the way around, and then pop it in place in the centre of my lamppost, and then just hold it in place for a few seconds. And then you would repeat that process exactly the same to glue the top part to the lantern. So I'm just going to pop a little bit more glue underneath there just to make sure that's nice and solid. And again, just pushing down gently. Give that a few seconds to just dry now. Pop that to one side. So that's how to make the lamppost base. So I hope you all have a go at that tutorial, and I hope you found it interesting. I've included a couple of pictures of the lamppost before it was decorated, to give you an idea, and hopefully a bit of inspiration. Thanks for watching.